Welcome back to MyView TV, the people's platform, the home of undiluted news, reviews, updates, and your daily dose of entertainment. Don't forget to hit the notification bell, leave us a comment, like, share, and subscribe.
I don't bring nobody forward in here to cheer for me. Everything what you see up my natural talent. Let me tell you something. You see, when you know what to please the audience with, it's simple, man.
My honest opinion on this is that I think that a lot of these teens, younger age people, they don't experience the things that the persons in the 90s and in the early 90s and the 80s would have experienced as children growing up. They don't have that type of parentage growing up these days because as young as they are, they tend to want to do whatever it is that they want to do. And a lot of people would look at it and say, oh, it's funny. And they laugh it off and all these things. But in the end, it is affecting them. And then social media has a lot to play. Social media has a huge role to play. Society has a huge role to play with all these things.
My view on this topic, social media and peer pressure. Because a lot of these people feel like say other people live better than them and reach further than them and them want to reach with a person reach at the same age. Some people are being abused. Some people are being abused. I go through a whole heap of abuse so we don't even know about. From mothers, fathers, brothers, sisters, close family members are abusing some of these persons, as well as I said initially, peer pressure, social media. That is my view why some of them people are reach in the position of them reach. When them do them things so them do. And the biggest thing as far as I know or I feel, they have no moral compass. When we were small, our parents used to send us to church. Even if them now go, used to know, look at Sunday school. We used to know, say, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. Now for them pick me and them don't know nothing. So that's my view there.
As it relates to teens and why they will take their lives, I think a lot of them are under a lot of pressure, especially in schools. Some of them feel so pressured. I have an 18-year-old and sometimes she's so stressed out, she's so pressured about school. I have to literally sit down with her, help her go through. One day they called me at school, I needed to come. She was having a panic attack. You know, the work gets so much on them sometimes. They feel so overwhelmed and they feel so pressured to do well. Like my good friend says, sometimes they're comparing themselves with others. They're looking at others, looking on, saying, oh my goodness, I don't think I'm good enough. As well as sometimes our children can be very, very unkind to each other. She has experienced bullying. She has experienced so much. If I weren't the strong mother that I am, I don't know what she would probably have done. When she was in high school, I had to literally go to the school and have some issues dealt with because children were so unkind. They were so cruel. They were so mean. So the kids are going through so much. Parents need to sit and talk with their kids. They need to try and develop a very good relationship with them where the kids feel, comfortable to come and open up to them and have certain discussions with them. They're having trouble with, their friends. They're having trouble with their teachers. And yes, believe it or not, some of the teachers are so unkind as well. You understand? They pick on the kids, they call them names, they put them down, and they do this in front of others. There are so many factors that contribute to that, but I can speak to those because I've experienced those firsthand. But our kids, they're really suffering out there in schools, among their peers, and a lot of times in the household. Sometimes the parents are under so much stress and pressure, and they take it out on the kids. They abuse them verbally, physically, and the kids are going through a lot. They're really going through a lot.
Them kids are nowadays, one of the main things with them is them too entitled. Meaning that them feel that everything them want, them supposed to get. If you realize the older folks kind of build different from them because we come from the era where you find say when we shoes bottom come off, we have to glue it up with Patex. and all of them things there. And we build different. We know what it is for in our wants and have to do without it. And we never resort to none of them tactics there. You see me? To check out them way there. But them kids I feel like say everything them want them supposed to get. And if them can't have it, them feel like say boy, them fi just check out them weak. At the end of the day, I weak, them weak. So me I say because we go through, you know, when me I go up, I go through rough situations. Where you have to sometimes fend for yourself. And at no point in my life me ever think about it to check out even when it get rough. You get me and say even when you can't, you have to do it out. But the society where we in now make it bad. Because them kids I feel like say boy, if them want a Nintendo, if them want this, and them can't have it, them are gonna kill themselves. Remember a couple of years, me have a brethren when me and him used to work and him did forget married to him wife. And him get the call when we there at work say yo, him fiance get stabbed up and killed. And that was because the son, when mother always buy Jordan for every time the new Jordan come and him want it. She buy it him and the one time she said no. The boy stab her around 18 times killed. So at the end of the day, as I say, them pitney are just too entitled there, man. You don't know what it is to not do without. You don't know what it is to have rough life. So that's why them act the way them act. You see me I say? Yeah, man.
My opinion and topic on this is that, as the person said, it can cause from depression and the stress in school and stuff like that. I has a 16-year-old daughter. She gonna turn 17 next month, and my daughter is a extracurriculum activity student from primary school, because I remember in primary school she was like in 4-H, Pathfinder, JCD, Jamaica Folks, track and field, you name them. And I remember once when PEP just come in, the first year of PEP, I was at a volleyball match with her. And I said to her, how do you find time to practice and to study? Now that you have a new thing coming they call PEP, where down to the teachers are under pressure with it, how you gonna manage? She said to me, Mom, I can manage. And trust me, she'd make it all through the 5 years at primary school. Now she is at high school. She do track and field, she do football, and she's also practicing or training to be a referee. And at one point in time, she locked herself in the bathroom. And it doesn't have anything to do with her school activity. It's because of the passing of her dad. Her dad died in a motor vehicle accident, and it's 4 years. The 20th of June coming is 4 years. Her first year, everything was okay. Her second year, everything was okay. But ever since last year, April, it's a different toll where she blocking out at school. Like, I remember like for 7 days straight, she was like blocking out. And I was at work. Her sister took her to the hospital, and they said it's panic attack. She's going through a depression and stress. And when the sister asks what could cause the depression and the stress, they asked her if she lost any loved one recently, because it's a different kind of depression and stress. And the lady explained it to my daughter that it have to do with persons who is going through breaking up, marriage, lose a loved one, and stuff like that. And she said, yes, she recently lost her dad. And her dad, listen, her dad was 100% daddy. When I said daddy, I think he even more daddy to her more than how me be a mother to her. Trust me, because as a father, if I had three of them was going to school at the same time, she's going to primary, my daughter is going to one high school, my son is going to one high school. And take for instance, all three student PTA meeting fall on the same day. He would go to my daughter's PTA meeting while I go to my son's PTA meeting. He would go to her matches, her track and field, volleyball, everything, as long as he can maintain it, he would go. When she's going out on trip, he would say, Daddy, I want $10,000, 5 from you, 5 from mommy. So with her, with the passing of her dad, I'm living in St. Elizabeth. Her dad was living in Westmoreland. At the time when her dad passed off, it was in the height of the COVID. And she didn't see her father for a period of time because she would leave school in the afternoon on a Friday, go to her father on the weekend, come back up early Monday morning because her dad used to run bus from South to Mobile. And her father would wake up in the early morning for her to catch the first bus to come back to St. Elizabeth to go at a Permanent High School here in St. Elizabeth. So you know what I'm talking about. On the day when her dad passed off, she said to me, before her dad passed off, a few weeks before, she was arguing with her dad that you don't want to see me, you're tired of me and stuff like that. But I do understand because she haven't seen her dad in a while. And then I was have to borrow the money because of the COVID. I lost my job and stuff like that. So I went to a friend and I borrowed $10,000 and I took her to her father. She said she's gonna spend a month. When the month is up, she said she's gonna spend 2 weeks more. When the 2 weeks up and I go for her, she said she not coming the Monday with me, she coming the Thursday. And her father crashed 5:30 the Wednesday evening. At that time, I was still in St. Elizabeth. She was with her dad and her stepmom, and they both went to the hospital. So just imagine seeing her father in that situation. Watch them carry him to Cornwall Regional Hospital, jump in the ambulance with them. They couldn't hold her, and she was like 13-year-old at the time. They could not hold her, they could not manage her, so they just have to allow her to go with them with the ambulance. Just imagine 13-year-old, the stepmother couldn't go. My son couldn't go because my three sons are living in Westmoreland and none of them couldn't go in the ambulance, but she go. Watching her dad again, ear lifted from Cornell Regional Hospital to KPH. When I went there the Thursday morning, I have to go to Montego Bay to pick her from her brother and then to take her to KPH. When I went to KPH again, she was the only one who was allowed to see him because it was in the height of the COVID, as I said. But anyway, the security there was very nice, and they eventually allow all his family members to see him the day. And now, each time like something happened to her, she tell me she want to go and join her father. Like she have this angriness in her way she never has. When I talk to her now, she like kiss her teeth, suck her teeth, shake up herself and stuff like that. Remember, she doesn't get beaten. She's now 16-year-old, soon 17. None of us never beat her because she don't do anything to get beaten. You understand me? She's a very well-behaved child. But being as say, I'm not keeping up any good health these last days, she think that I'm gonna pass off and she don't get to help me like her father pass off and she doesn't get to help her father. So as I said, she locked herself in the bathroom. She locked herself in the bathroom one night for almost 3 hours, and she decided her mind she was going to kill herself. But anyway, she have this boyfriend, which is not her man friend, but he meet the guy through track and field and football where he the therapist. And I have to call the guy the evening to come get her out of the bathroom for me. And when she come out, she said to me, she said, Mommy, You know how hard me I work at school? Mommy, I've been living with this for 3 years. I've been living with this for 3 years now, mommy. And me I cause of it why my father did. And me I cause of it why my father did. Because if me never go down there, my father would have dead. My father would have still alive. But just because he want to make sure so me have money to go to school and me have food to eat. That's the reason why him go for the bus. And she's like blaming herself for her father's death. And I'm trying to say to her, you are not the one that caused your father to die. So now based on say I'm not keeping any good health, she think I'm gonna pass off and she not gonna help me. Right now she's supposed to go up at 6 when she graduate and she refused from go. She want to go to her because she just want to go and work so she can help me. So kids face many depression and many things cause them to want to kill themselves. And she tell me over and over she want to go and join her father. So now I have to bring in her to therapy. You understand? I have to took her to Black River Health Center on every other Thursday for her to get checked up. And as I said, the panic attack, she was like dropping down and dropping down and dropping down. The least little thing, like if one of her classmates, something happened to her or him or anything like that, she just black out. She can't take nothing near problem and stress. But thank God for the teachers, the principal, the vice principal, the nurses at Black River Health Center, her sisters, her brothers, her fellow classmate, because each time she fall out at school, it is just the school nurses and the teachers. They are number one. Trust me, I have to give that school a rating, because even when I'm at work, they are saying to me, mommy, just stay at work, we can control her. Know that they know what caused it and the situation. I don't have to run from work anymore to go there, help her and assist her. So in many ways, they try to kill themselves. You see it? So all we have to do each day is to just pray for them as much as we can. Just prayed for them. Just prayed for them. This morning I was on my way from work because I do two jobs. I work on the weekend, Friday to Sunday in Mandeville, and I work Monday to Friday to Thursday in Santa Cruz. And I was praying. I was walking on the road to the taxi stand in Mandeville and I was praying. And this man was like, but this I want to look like he had gone. In my mind, I said, I bind you up in the name of Jesus, because I'm praying for my kids. I pray for them. My phone alarm every minute and every hour. Every hour of the day, not every minute, every hour of the day, my phone alarm. And each time my phone alarm, I just ask God to cover them. So what we have to do as mothers especially, put our children in the hands of Jesus. Cover them with the blood of Jesus, no matter what. Cover them. I cover Jamaica every single day. Every single morning, I try to pray and cover Jamaica with the blood of Jesus, because we are facing so many things in our life, and it's only God can assist us and take us out of this. Trust me. It's only the fittest of the fittest can survive this country.
Yeah, on this view, a lot of stuff. We can pinpoint one, two, three, four. It's the mindset of the child, the household, the family, the surrounding of the community, and the overall pressure of their friends. We know social media has done a great part of that damage to that, where everybody look on that side and think that, okay, this is what I want my life to be. They don't study as hard as they used to. They expect the answers on some app. They can download some app and get the answer to the question. And when they go into the exam, they can't carry their cell phones, etc. So now they can't work out the answers to their questions, or whatever problems they have in. A lot of kids are afraid to talk because of bully. This one might laugh at that one because that gentleman said the shoes doesn't look good, or the hairstyle is not too hot like that person worn. Or take for example Jamaica, where a lot of these families now join the chop line, so they can give the kids the best of bag, the best of this, the best of that, best of iPhone 13, 14, 15, 16 going up and so on. So everyone want to do the same or achieve the same. For example, some of these young girls end up sleeping with older guys, or guys who in the line, chopping line, and so on, to achieve certain things. And these guys have them doing the most derogative stuff they can do on videos and so on. Some of the school boys them as well decide to take you know, to get the point across. They sleep with the same sex, etc., etc. But long story short is so when the pressure comes down, they can't achieve this or they're not getting that in terms of whether it's the material stuff or they can't get to their grades like they want to be. They feel like they're a disappointment to their parents or their friends or whatever. They have to showcast it. And with that, not everybody talks. Parents are so busy working, trying to take care of the bills, they don't realize the kids have there's some default on the kids where they need to pay attention to. We're all guilty of it. No, some person and say, "Oh, no, I'm pay my attention. I talk to my." We all do. We all get caught up. Yourself get caught up sometime on the same cell phone, TikTok, you name it. So we not pay attention. So these kids not having anybody to talk to or tired of being bullied, feel like the only way they can get out of the problem is just taking, you know, taking their own. Um, it's sad. Not enough. I don't think there's enough going on in the school regarding to that. And even the little that is going on, some of these kids don't have time to pay attention to that. Oh, that came to me. I eat that until it reached them. You understand me? So we can't depend on the schools alone to be helping out in this area, mental health area, but we as families and friends and neighbors and church and community activities and so on, the media, we need to broadcast it more and not just the media because the kids don't listen to some media. The ones that they are on, the TikToks, the vloggers, they listen to the gossip ones, those are the kinds we have to broadcast these stuff so these kids can actually hopefully can connect. Like I said before, even if we get one to listen and hopefully that one will pass on the word to the other one and so on and chain reaction continue. But there's a lot of work to be done. Kids are not kids anymore. So they drop out of them parents' home and they're now 21 and they will expect everything to be like what a 21-year-old is supposed to be having and so on.
Morning, one and all. Melissa, the voice notes and one of the key thing them that was left out is that, especially with young girls who their mother's spouse are abusing them, and then when they go to their mother, I mean, the mother should be the one that protect them, and they're telling them that nothing no cuss and disregarding them. I mean, them just feel like there's no hope. The person them look up to be their savior is actually being their enemy. So them end up taking off. So that is one of the aspects. But there are many, 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 many aspects. Some of them just can't hold it. Some of them just see other people live a life and them want to live it and them not feel to say, them good enough to live if them not live that type of life there. So that is my view.
Good morning, my view family. Basic yourself, my view. All right. I've noticed that children are being, we are growing children that are have high emotions based on what they're seeing at home, on television, and on the road, at school, wherever they go. They want to be that, they want to be normal, They want to have, everybody I talk about them 1060. They want to have 1060s. They want to have the latest shoes, bags, and also have a community of friends. You find that if this is not based on what social media is teaching, if this is not the case in their lives, they feel unfulfilled and they feel like they're not a part of society, especially when their parents have big dreams for them, and keep telling them, boy, you're bright, boy, you're this. And the parents too are unequipped to see the signs because we ourselves have that emotional trauma that we have been working out with. And Jamaican society do not take mental illness serious. So because we do not take mental illness serious, we see some little things, but instead of addressing the little things, we allow it to become a monster. And case in point, the young lady that unalived herself recently, based on the dad's interview, he did not see the signs. But this girl was struggling because of the expectation of what society and her parents have for her, and she have for herself too. We are not seeing the signs that our children are traumatized and for one reason or another. um and that is that is some of us are unable to see our own traumas. We are unable to see any trauma in our children. Children want that, have that need to have that social life, that that kind of life, that kind of social life, yes. And if they are not getting it, sometimes they feel like they are not worthy. Some children, they don't have all that they see on social media, or they don't have all that when they go to school and hear it, such as adequate amount of food, adequate amount of clothes, adequate amount of books, and so on. you know I don't know what some parents are investing in, but we're not really investing in our children. We're doing the bare minimum, and that's just the bare minimum, as in, boy, me feed you, girl, me send you to school, and that's what we think is it. But we don't realize that we, as parents, as caregivers, we need to be able to have that relationship with with our children, to find out what they're thinking, what their plans are. Do not make plans for them unless you're directing them, because somehow we force things down, we pick the throat, such as, you have to get 10, you have to do this. Or if the child is struggling on a particular subject, you don't realize that the child is struggling, and therefore you don't take any steps. You say I done sin done, and you don't take any steps to address that issue. And I'm telling you that I've been directly affected with this, and therefore I can tell you that I can tell you personally that I had, because my son go to Kingston College, and when he was having issues with with physics, I stop him from taking physics there, and send him somewhere else to take it, because based on his career path, he may need physics, and send him somewhere else to do it. And he got it, and he got a 2 in physics, because I was able to see that that school wasn't working out for him. And it's not because he's unable to do it, it's because he and the teacher was not compatible. And when I see children acting out in some ways and all of that, I have it directly to deal with. And if we don't see the signs, no, mind you, I can't see all the signs. But we, as a community, we don't work with each other. We don't work together. When we see the children them doing some things, we don't talk to them, because guess what? We're afraid of parents, or we're afraid of this, or we're afraid of that. But you see, it is our responsibility as a community to foster growth and healthy relationships with children, and with our own children, and with people pitting out there, because we as a community grow each other children, and look out for each other children. This unaliving of ourselves is happening too much. We need to address the root cause. What is the root cause? Because for everybody it's different. And we need to take mental illness serious. Go to a counselor, whether it's a psychologist, a psychiatrist, or someone who should be able to either prescribe something for you, or be able to counsel you, help you out with balancing that hormone. Take your kids to counseling. Rise Life Management has a good program. Go to counseling when you realize that you can't handle. Stop using your own fat to fry the children them, not because you did it that means that the children them are gonna do it. Take your own mental issues serious, or else you're not going to be able to take care of a child's mental issues, or recognize them, even because if we are in such denial. You understand me? We need to do better. We need to do better. We need to have that we need to have that dialogue with our children right now. We need to sit down with our children right now and have that dialogue where we can say, write down some things and outline what is the cause, and see if we can fix it up. Because, guys, remember, we talk about it, there are 4 steps to problem solving. Identify the problem, find a solution, implement the solution, and follow through. If we don't do that, we're going to have persons and more of our persons, and not just children, but big people unaliving ourselves. Guys, have a good day. Take care of your health. Mental illness is real, and also take care of yourself and your family. Blessed love.
Thanks for watching. This was a MyView TV production. Remember to share, like, comment, subscribe, click the notification bell, tell a friend for tell a friend, and remember, him never bring nobody forward for cheer for him. Walk good.